Hey Aquarius, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot for your weekly reading for the week of March 14th to the 21st. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to build in a general idea of what kind of challenges that you're facing and also give you some advice on how to overcome those challenges. If you haven't checked out your monthly reading for the month of March, I really recommend you check that out. And we're going to post that down below. And that's going to paint a picture for the entire month of March for you. And all these readings are really just plugging right into that. And getting started here, Aquarius. we have the Five of Crystals card talking about persistence and new opportunities. And your last week's reading was talking about how you shouldn't allow some kind of like toxic situation from your past to destroy these new opportunities that you have. I see an Aquarius who's like really making the leap on something new here. And we're talking about persistence. I think that you've just gone through a lot of issues, Aquarius. I see an Aquarius here who has gone through like struggle after struggle. Maybe you have like this great business idea, or you have like this hobby that you keep on trying to get into, but you almost feel as though the world is pushing you down. Every time that you get started, something bad happens. And it's something entirely unrelated. It's not like your skills aren't up to task. It's like there's just these life circumstances around you that continuously push you down when you're trying to build yourself up. And I see an Aquarius right now who sees some new opportunities. They see new potential in what they're doing and are willing to make that journey again. So there's a lot of persistence here. And again, the persistence is coming up on a card here as well. And we have that ladybug here making that journey up that tree. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for Aquarius, what kind of challenges that you have. We have the Three of Pentacles card. So Aquarius, right now you could be feeling as though you're not being recognized for the work that you're putting into something. If you've been really persistent all the time at like this job that you've had, you've always been putting yourself forward. I think that right now the big thing is that you're just not feeling recognized for the work that you're doing. I'd kind of focus a little bit more on becoming your own advocate, like really being like the most outspoken advocate for yourself that you can possibly be. Like nobody knows you better than anybody else. Nobody can advocate for you better than anybody else. So Aquarius, here in your recent past, we have the Two of Wands card, kind of talking about you really having like the world at your hands right now and then looking out at new horizons. You really understand the potential that you have. You're really starting to come into your own. I think that this Aquarius here, like maybe every time that you got pushed down in the past, you were like, okay, it's something that I did wrong, or like maybe I deserved that. You kind of like internalized a lot of those issues that were happening to you. But I now kind of see an Aquarius who's making that big transition, and you're beginning to understand the potential that you have, and you're also understanding that you need to become more outspoken about the talents that you have. Here, going into your future, we have the King of Pentacles card, which is you really maybe growing into a new place. I don't think that this is something that's going to happen overnight. I don't think that you're going to like tap into this King of Pentacles energy here at the end of the week. But I think that this is an energy that you're almost like gearing up for right now. Like you want to become that mentor to other people because you've been through so many like terrible experiences. You've continuously been put down. So you're starting to feel as though, okay, when I make it, I'm going to recognize other people like me, and I'm going to start bringing those people up as well. So that's like the goal, that's like the mindset that you have getting into this. Aquarius, here in your... So Aquarius, here with the Five of Cups card in your area of like external factors, how you're presenting yourself to the world, I'd normally almost read this like, oh, you're focusing too much on the things that you lost, but I'm kind of noticing more so that the rabbit has its back turned to those cups right now. So you're seeing those those times that you tried over and over again, but you're turning your back on it. You're not allowing it to get you down anymore. You're focusing more so on the river right now. You're focusing on like the new current of events. You're focusing on this new pathway forward. You're not concerned anymore. You're really turning your back on those things that didn't serve you and didn't work for you. Here in your area below, we have a wonderful card here with the King of Swords card. And again, with the King of Swords card, I've been recognizing something a little bit different has been really popping out to me with the King of Swords card, and it's that butterfly here on the throne. And that butterfly is going to be talking about transformation. Like right now, you've been through all the struggles, you've been through all the issues, and now you're willing to just like change, grow, you're willing to manifest, you're willing to develop into something new right now, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and pull a card here for your area of advice. For your area of advice, we have the Page of Swords card. So Aquarius, here is your area of advice. We have the Page of Swords card, and this is telling me that you have not become too jaded. Despite all the issues that you've been through, despite all the challenges, all the shit that you've had to go through, you haven't become too jaded in the process. And that's like really an inspirational energy to have. So Aquarius, everything that you want to do is like trial and error. And I think that you've faced a lot of errors recently. So I think that now you're starting to see, okay, well, this is like where I fell short before, but now you've like gained insight into like a new process, and you haven't become jaded at all, which is fantastic, because sometimes if people are pushed down continuously over and over again, they, if they might decide to just throw away what they wanted to do entirely, or if they continue forward, they're going to be like really jaded and like really upset with everybody. They're gonna continue making steps forward on their journey, but along the way, they're just going to become like too jaded to where they won't have like that creative flexibility, or they won't have like the flexibility to like work with other people who are also coming up in the industry that they're in. Here in your area of external factors, we have the Ace of Swords card. So something new, again, is coming into your life right now. And it could be that there's, if you haven't been recognized at this current workplace that you're in, for instance, there could be like a third party right now who really recognizes the amazing work that you've done, and they might swoop in right now to like hire you for something else. So that's the energy that I'm getting from that Page of Swords card. There could be like a big career change, and it could just be something external where somebody has been watching your work for a while. Like if you're some kind of artist, for instance, and you're not being recognized at your current workplace, there could be other people who have been like huge fans of your art, and they're going to be swooping in right now and then offering you career opportunities. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Two of Cups card. I think that you've been going at this alone though, Aquarius. Like this is all a struggle that you've been facing on your own this entire time. And your hopes and fears are really locked up in like finding somebody else to share these trials with. So I'd be on the lookout this week. There might be people coming into your life right now, especially related to those new career opportunities. So if you're offered like a new career opportunity, there might be people there. So there might be amazing people there who you can collaborate with and begin like working on like this next stage of your journey here. Aquarius, here is an outcome though. We have the Queen of Pentacles card. So again, if we're talking about the future with the King of Pentacles and then your outcome with the Queen of Pentacles, you're not quite there yet. But if you get like swooped into some new career, for instance, if somebody really sees potential in you and they pick you out of this company and like put you somewhere where you really belong, or they pick you out of like this like program where you really weren't being recognized for the work that you're doing, and then put you into a program that's more suited for you. Right now, you could become like that mentor to other people. You could also help them like get out of like an imperfect situation. Aquarius, here at the end of the reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So Aquarius, here for your first question, I have a maybe. For your second question here, I have a yes. And for your last question, I have a no. So Aquarius, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, also check out your sun, moon, and rising. And also down below, we're going to be posting our monthly reading for the month of March, so you can check that out as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Aquarius. We'll see you next week.